Kids Are Cooking, where kids come first and cooking is fun. I'm Karen, and today I have Aubrey here. Aubrey is the oldest of 6 children. I think I'm really lucky that your mom even managed to spare you for a day. Was she a little hesitant about letting you go for the whole day?
No.
No, she's pretty good about that?
She's got other people to help her out.
Well, that's nice. Who else helps out at home?
My brother and my sister.
And how old are they?
Well, my brother's 11 and my sister's almost 9, and then I have a 7-year-old brother and then little kids. So.
Well, you said everyone loves pasta at your house, right?
Yes.
Well, this is peas in the pasta salad, and it's a really good recipe. I made a double batch at home, and it was gone just like that. So I bet your family will eat this up, too.
Yeah.
Be sure you wash your hands before you get started. We've already done that. You've washed your hands, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then we've already brought this water to a boil in a large pot. You don't have to measure the water when you're doing pasta. You just want lots of water so that there's plenty to absorb into the pasta. And we're going to add 1½ cups of uncooked small shell pasta. So you want to go ahead and measure that. We have a ½ cup measure, and we have 1 cup measure to get our 1½. Just want to kind of stir it in as you go. I took the lid off, and now it's not boiling quite as rapidly. Okay. You just want to be sure when you do that that you have it cooking in boiling water. Like I said, I took that lid off and then it cooled off a little bit. But it needs to, pasta needs to boil in boiling water the whole time it cooks, okay? You want to stir that? Sure. So you want to turn the heat back up once you take the lid off so it just continues boiling. And you don't want to turn it down after it reaches a boil. The only time you would do that is if it looks like it's going to boil over. So using a large pot is a good idea. It prevents a mess. So you need to let it boil, give it room to boil. So just use a large pot. It's also a good idea to put this on the back burner, or at least use a pot like this one that doesn't have a handle, because this is really, really hot. And if it gets knocked off while cooking, that could really hurt someone. Okay, we're going to let that boil for just a little bit. Take the spoon out. This pasta looks like it's about done, don't you think?
Yeah.
We've let it cook for quite a while, and you can tell that it's done. It's not hard anymore. So we're going to use our hot pads. In our colander over here, let's go over here, Aubrey. We have already put 1 cup of frozen peas. And as we pour the pasta in there with the hot water, it will thaw those peas enough. Now, this is a job really for an adult. I mean, I'm sure Aubrey could handle this. But if your kids are helping you in the kitchen, this isn't something you want them to do, because the pan is heavy and the water is extremely hot, and that steam and water both can really burn your fingers. So if your little brothers and sisters are helping you, you do this part, okay?
Yeah.
And then you want to rinse that with cold water. You want to just pick it up and kind of move it around. That's good. And then we just want to let that drain. You can just kind of shake it a little bit, but we'll let that drain while we're mixing up our other ingredients, and it will probably be all right. If you want, if it looks like those little shells are holding too much water, you can daub up some of it with the paper towel if you need to, but it'll usually drain well enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's come over here. We need 1 cup of diced ham. We have some already done, so you just want to go ahead and finish up this slice. And the easiest thing to do is just like that. Just cut it into strips and then go the other direction to cube it. And you want them to be pretty small because you want them to be bite-sized. And again, be really careful with that knife. This is also probably a job for an older child or an adult to do, and not your little ones. Then you just go the other direction.
I'm going to stack some.
Sure, that's a good idea. Stack it on top and it goes twice as fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is your family big meat eaters?
Yeah.
Yeah? So they would like this ham in there, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and let you scrape this meat off into our bowl so you have room to do the cheese, okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, we might run out of cutting board room. That's okay if a little of that goes through. We already have some of our cheese cubed there, so if a little bit falls in, that's okay. We've already measured that. We have 1/2 cup already done. If you can see, the cheese is cut into 4 pieces there already. So when she cuts it this way, it will automatically just be little cubes. Makes it very simple to do it that way, like, kind of like you stack the meat.
Yeah, that's great.
One of those little tricks of the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
We'll just want to add that to our meat. Got to break them all up.
Yep.
I'll hold the cutting board for you if you want to scoop them in there. Very nice. You didn't spill one. Okay, now to this, we're just going to add our pasta and peas. I'm going to go ahead and pour that on top. Kind of help you.
Thank you.
Okay. And to that, we're going to add 3/4 cup of creamy, low-fat ranch dressing. So we're going to use the low-fat ranch dressing, and we're using a liquid measuring cup to measure that. And we want 3/4 cup. Again, you'll want to get down at eye level to make sure that you're getting an accurate measure. That looks good. And then add that to your pasta. Yeah, you might want to scrape it to get it all.
Every last bit.
Now we're going to mix that all up. You can use the spoon or the spatula, whatever's easiest, just to stir all that together. You want to kind of lift from the bottom and turn it, you know, so that you get it all mixed, because that cheese and ham's on the bottom. And it's best if you let this chill 2 to 3 hours before serving. It'll have the best flavor if you can wait that long. But it's really good warm too, so however you prefer. Doesn't that look delicious?
That looks great.
Do you think your family would like this recipe?
Definitely.
It'd be gone, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have time to wait for 2 to 3 hours, so we have some already chilling. So you want to get it out and see how it tastes?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. For meal appeal, buy a variety of pasta shapes. For thick sauces, use thicker pastas such as fettuccine and lasagna. Chunky sauces are best with sturdy pasta shapes such as twists, bow ties, macaroni, or ziti. Vermicelli and spaghetti are thinner strands of pasta and work best with smooth, thin sauces. Look for whole grain pastas too, such as spaghetti, lasagna, macaroni, and fettuccine. Like traditional pasta, whole wheat pasta is high in complex carbohydrates, and the fiber content is almost 3 times higher. A half a cup of whole wheat pasta has about 3 grams of fiber, compared with about 1 gram of fiber in traditional pasta. Whatever kind of pasta you choose, the way it is cooked is important. Pasta needs to cook in boiling water, so don't turn down the heat after adding the pasta unless the pot looks like it will boil over. The best way to prevent this is to use a size larger pot than you would normally use. Adding pasta to boiling water brings down the water temperature, so starting off with more water means it will take less time to bring it back to the boiling point. Pasta releases starch as it cooks. With too little water in the pan, the pasta ends up cooking in starch and becomes sticky and gummy. Have you ever had that happen, Aubrey, when you're cooking pasta?
Yeah.
It's really not very good like that.
No.
Use 4 quarts of water for every pound of pasta and cook it according to the package directions. When done, rinse the pasta in cold water to stop the cooking process. Just like you take cookies out of the oven and let them cool, you know, for a minute. You want to do the same thing to get them to stop. How much pasta should you cook? 2 cups or 8 ounces of uncooked macaroni, shells, bow ties, or other small to medium shapes equals about 4 cups of cooked. A 1.5-inch diameter bunch of spaghetti, or 8 ounces, equals 4 cups of cooked spaghetti. So it about doubles. If you can keep that in mind, that's a good rule to remember. Because sometimes I think, if I have this much sauce, how much should I make? Do you ever do that?
Yes.
Italians like to cook pasta until it is al dente, which translates as to the tooth. This means it should be tender, but still slightly firm and never mushy or soft. Pasta is the general term given to all types of spaghetti, macaroni, and noodles. Are you ready for variety? Guess how many different varieties there are? How many different shapes of pasta?
150, 200, I don't know.
Good guess, but there's over 600. That's lots. I don't see that many in my grocery store.
No.
That's a lot of different shapes. So pick your favorite shape and serve it today. I think this recipe for peas in the pasta salad is such a great recipe because it's really easy, isn't it, Aubrey?
Yes.
It goes together really quick and it's really looks delicious, doesn't it?
It does.
You ready to try it?
Yeah.
Let's see if this is something that will go over at your house. It's like magic, isn't it? The way those little peas go inside the shells.
Yeah.
Should we tell everyone how we did it? We didn't really tuck them all in individually, did we?
No.
It's kind of fun. Kids will like this because as you cook the pasta, the peas automatically just kind of go in the pasta. They just kind of close around it, and it makes it kind of fun for kids. So they can kind of play hide and seek with their peas. For more information about this recipe and helpful hints to make cooking easier, visit our website. What do you think of that? Is it good?
Yes, it is really.
You going to make this at home?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll see you next time on Kids A Cookin'.